Okay, so what's going on with this devil here? Let's have a look. I have just pulled 2 cards because I kind of forgot, guys, that I was going to be shuffling on camera because I'm so used to doing the shuffle before the video recording because that's how I do it on TikTok. But anyway, so I started pulling cards, and the first 2 that I've pulled here around the devil. Why is this devil here? It's just what we were saying, right? So you now have, under this new moon, you have just this intense clarity, this new perspective on these King of Wands type energies around you. What I mean by King of Wands energy is I see it as a kind of an entitled person where they just believe that, they'll always get what they want, basically. They're confident, they're charismatic, they've got lots of people around them that are, building up their ego kind of thing. And so, you've had these types of people in your life before, and you've been like, wow, I'm so lucky to be friends with this person because they're so cool and they're so confident and they're so popular and all of that. But now, under this energy, you're kind of seeing that, where I'm not saying that all confident, charismatic people are like this, and I'm sure you wouldn't be thinking that, but just to clarify, you are now able to see the ones that are just not really interested in you at all as a person, or your value, or what you have to offer in your friendship, or your connection with them, whatever that connection is. They just want what they want when they want it. And you're kind of able to see that now, and you're cool with it. You're cool with that. You're like, okay, I can spot the bullshit a mile away now, and that's great. And I just was shuffling again, asking what's coming in for you. And look, guys, you can't make it up. It's the 10 of Cups in reverse. When we have the 10 of Cups, it's like, fairyland, dreamland. It can be a positive card, but in this reading here, what I'm feeling for you, air signs, is you're just like, it's a fantasy flipped upside down. So it's like, oh, okay, I can see through the fantasy, the fairy tale, the kind of whatever it is that this person has, these people have been able to get away with before, by just kind of creating this fantasy world around them. Like it's like an image that they're upholding of, like, yeah, their image. It's just turned upside down. That's what's coming in for you. It's an understanding of the difference between a real connection and a fantasy. Something that's just where the other person just kind of wanted you around them for their own reasons. And again, yeah, what's around this 10 of Cups? Aha moments, Ace of Swords. You realize, you understand, you've had this understanding. It's like this epiphany, because I'm really drawn to the yellow here. And you're like, aha, I finally get it. And it's life-changing, guys. Just going to pull one more to clarify this 10 of Cups in reverse. It's the end of Fantasyland. And that doesn't mean that you don't still believe in beautiful things and magic and, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's about what I was saying. This is partnerships. This is 2 of Cups. It can be, okay, guys, it's love, isn't it? Let's not beat around the bush. 2 of Cups is usually a love situation, and it can be friendship or business partnership as well. But essentially, we're talking about all the connections in your lives here, and what you're realizing, what you're understanding fully now. What's really clear to you is what is fantasy and what is actually reality. And how do you tell the difference? In the feeling, right? The feeling of it. Because it's like, I just feel like this is when, you know, when you hold hands with somebody and there's just this like chemistry between you. And this is just an example, guys, but it just feels good. And it can be the same with a friend as well. If you're holding hands with a friend and it just feels, or you're just chatting with them and it just feels right, you know, it just feels good. And you don't really need any words. And it doesn't really matter what the person looks like or where they're from or anything like that. It's about the feeling. Like, how do you feel when you close your eyes and you're with this person and you drown out all the external stuff, you know, what they look like and what they're saying, because the devil is very good with his words. And that's what people don't understand about the devil. You know, everybody's like, oh, the devil's so scary. No, he's not actually. The devil is actually very good with words, very attractive, that kind of energy, very charming. But when you know, because he wants to keep you stuck. So it's like you're just under this new moon, you're just kind of really getting some real perspective on everyone in your life and understanding where they're coming from. It's not like you're looking at them and going, oh, he's a devil, you know, he's a bad one. You know, you're just getting it. You're just like, okay, well, I understand that you are the way that you are. And so I'm going to put up certain boundaries around if and when we spend time together. And you're not necessarily communicating that, just kind of like within yourself is what I'm feeling, you know, because you just don't have time for just too much, for people who are only there for their own, you know, when the mood takes them, as it were. Right, so the next thing I asked is, what are you ready to release? Or next thing I'm going to ask, sorry. So what are you ready to release under this new moon in Pisces? What have we got? Let's see how this whole shuffling on camera thing goes, because if it lasts for too long, then okay, what are you ready to release? Okay, that kind of came out in the reverse. It kind of came out sideways, King of Swords. I'm feeling like I think you're ready to release being a bit too judgmental, which sounds funny bearing in mind everything that I've been saying. I'm going to put it in the reverse because that's what it feels like to me. Let's clarify that. That King of Swords. So yeah, you're just like, you know what, I'm going to look at everyone in a, I'm not going to judge the book by its cover anymore. And I'm not saying the King of Swords energy usually does that, but they can be quite kind of harsh and like, I think you're just going to be a bit more open to understanding, you know, why these people are the way they are. It's like you can be empathetic about who they are and where they've come from and understand their way of interacting. It doesn't mean you have to have them around you, but you just get them. Yeah, with justice. Yeah. Okay. So you're releasing that need to judge everyone. It just, oh my God. I mean, yeah. And it's hard because, you know, especially when you kind of see people for what they are and you realize that they've treated you in a certain way, or perhaps you allowed them to cross certain boundaries and you kind of wish that you hadn't, but you know why you did. Like, you, it's kind of hard sometimes to not be judgy. But really, ultimately, you are just, you're beyond doing that. You feel like it's taken a lot of energy to kind of, you know, to direct that kind of energy at people that have done you wrong. And it's not to say that what they did was right. And it's not to say that you deserve that in any way. But it's just that you're like, you know what, I'm not going to even waste my energy thinking about these people, making judgments on them, being harsh about them, because it was what it was. And, you know, and with the moon here, Yeah. It's like it's empathy, it's intuition. It's like actually your intuition already told you that these people, these connections were not necessarily right or balanced, is what I want to say, in the giving and receiving. You knew that. You did know that. But you're releasing like an, what am I feeling with that? Like it's like deep waters as well. It's like emotions. So you're releasing like the need to you know, go really deep with it all, is what I'm feeling. It's like it's not that deep. You know? Like maybe these people, I need to clarify it because I'm not, you can hear the way I'm talking, I'm not quite sure about my reading on it, and I always like to be sure. I mean, that's a very strong reading with Justice and the Moon there on what you're releasing. Right, what are we clarifying? Let's clarify the Moon. Ten of Cups again, guys, right? Yeah. Over fantasizing. Getting emotional about a fantasy, like allowing yourself to actually feel, you know, so deeply about something that's only surface. Because you are deep feelers. I know your air signs. I'm an air rising sign. I'm a Gemini rising. Like, I get it. Like, people think, you know, we're not that feely because we're kind of all in our heads all the time, but we do feel very deeply. Right, I'm just going to clarify Justice now, but we're ready to release that under this new moon. Yeah, Justice and the Ace of Swords. What the hell, guys? This reading is powerful. Honestly, all the readings I'm doing under this new moon are just freaking intense, right? No more judging. Maybe this is about judging ourselves as well, guys. Just judging in general, just feeling like we have to like know the truth and speak the truth and, you know, be so serious about everything. So with the Ace of Swords, clarifying the Justice, yeah, it's about, yeah, it's this truth vibe again. It's like needing to have the truth. But the truth is everything, you know, we will get justice. And I think we're releasing the need to get it now. This is a very difficult thing to read, guys, this energy. It's very, yeah, I'm doing my best. But I would say, yeah, overall, we are ready to release the fantasy, feeling about something too much, thinking about something too much, judging something too much, needing to know when we're going to get justice about certain situations that we've been through. That's what I'm feeling. We're just releasing that. It's like, you know what? We know what karma is. Karma is the law of the universe. What you give out, you get back. And we know that even if someone has maybe done something to us that they wasn't right, was out of balance and wasn't fair and wasn't just, we don't really need to take any of that into our hands. I'm not saying that you do, but maybe you've just been in your head about it a bit or in your emotions about it, and under this new moon you're just like, right, I'm just not anymore. I know that I'm taken care of. I know that we all get our karma. We do too, and the people around us will as well. So it's not really something that we need to think about or feel about. Right, so what are the obstacles that might be around us under this new moon? Any obstacles under this new moon for us? And then I'm going to do guidance, and then I'm going to do some oracle. And I got some new angel number cards, which are really lovely. So let's see what wants to come through. Right, quite a few came out for obstacles. Knight of Cups, the Hermit, and the Five of Swords. Yeah. Okay. So again, it's just thinking about past connections, future connections, present connections, getting in our head about it, and then meditating on it. And I think this is about being closed off. Like isolating ourselves from, you know, potential romance because we're still in our heads. That's what I'm feeling. Those three came out together, so we'll just leave them like that. Let's just see why we might get in our heads with this Five of Swords. What is this about? Why could this be an obstacle? Queen of Wands. Yeah. I think this is about protection. Queen of Wands can be, you know, she is confident, she's full on, she's driven, she's powerful, she's protective of her tribe. I feel like we could get in our heads because we're like our ego's trying to protect us. And that is going to mean that we're going to, you know, potentially miss out on new romantic opportunities. It's funny, this. It's like basically saying, don't get in your head, don't sabotage something before it's happened by getting in your head about what's happening, when's happening, or past situations, or anything else really. Tell me about this Knight of Cups. I do feel this is like possible new romantic partners coming in. There's just a vibe of that at the moment. Yeah, shit, look. The Devil. It's almost like what we've been through in the past, you almost assume that anyone coming in, you're like, oh no, it's the devil again. Oh no, I can't trust it. I can't trust it. I've got to have my guard up. It's such a fine line as well between like having your boundaries, knowing who you are, knowing what you expect and what's okay with you, and what you will put up with, what you won't put up with, which is different for all of us. It's all very well. There's a fine line between that and then just completely closing yourself off. And I did say that with the Hermit, like keeping yourself closed off. And then isolating yourself and just avoiding all contact. So remember, these are just obstacles. So it's not like, this is just like the universe warning us. Yeah, look. Yeah, Nine of Swords energy. You know, that's because normally with the Hermit, that's a positive card. So I would see, you know, normally the Hermit I would read as, you know, contemplation, reflection, going within, spending time with yourself, spending time in nature. But here with the Nine of Swords and how I was reading it earlier, this is about closing yourself off, being too much of a hermit, you know, staying home in your pajamas every night. And you're not in Hermit, you're not chill, you're in Nine of Swords energy. Okay, right. Let's get rid of that because I don't want that to happen for us. It's just a warning, I guess, to maybe I think I know what the guidance is going to be now. It's going to be like, get out there. But let's see. Let's see what it is. I'll put those to one side, actually. I don't want them coming out again. So, what's the guidance for my lovely air signs? What is the guide? Ooh, dance. Ooh, Knight of Swords in the reverse. And clarify that one, please. Don't go rushing to conclusions. That's what I'm feeling. Don't be like rushing to go and tell your friend, or rushing away from somebody to get on your bike to get away from them because you think that they're dodgy when you haven't even spoken to them or given them a chance. Don't go rushing off to tell your mates. Or like, yeah, rushing away and then rushing off to tell your mates, oh my God, this creepy person, I'm not sure about them. Coming up with all sorts of theories in your head about why they might be dodgy and questioning yourself, questioning them. Like, just chill. Just chill. Just enjoy. Like, you deserve to have some fun. Oh, look, yeah, because look, this person is a Page of Cups. But more importantly, this is guidance for you. Sorry, that goes there. This is guidance for you to give people a chance, right? Be a Page of Cups. Be open to love. Be curious about love. Be ready to explore. Yeah, just be open to love and be ready to, look, another Page of Wands. Guidance is pages, right? What is page energy? It's curiosity, it's excitement, it's the beginning of learning about somebody new or something new. And Wands and Cups is action and feelings, right? Get off your high horse, okay? Even though you probably deserve to be on it, right? You probably do. You've been through some crap. I'm sure you have. If you're still here listening to this, and if you're part of my TikTok family, I know you guys have been through it. I know. But don't let that fuck you up. Excuse my language. Don't. I'm going to just go grab some oracle cards, and then we will. I'm getting my angel numbers as well. Moonology and this one. Okay, what shall we do first? Let's do an animal first. Let's do an animal first because I do love the animals. Okay, let's put little pages away. I'll just cut that a couple of times. Okay, let's get those all out. Now, which one is for the earth signs? It's that one. Embrace the in-between. Ooh. I love that, guys. I'm going to read from the book in a minute, but I'm really feeling like this sense of just allow yourself to enjoy whatever comes your way. Like, don't try and put it in a box or try and think of it one way or the other. You know, because as air signs, we can get in our heads. You know, we can think of all the different possibilities, negative and positive. And the flamingo is about balance. So it's all about, like, you know what? Don't need to think about it at all, actually. We can just enjoy. So let's read from the book. What number is it? 26. So I don't know if that number is significant to you at all. It might be. So Flamingo Spirit says, oh, I should have put my glasses on, guys. Remember those. Balance comes easily to Flamingo Spirit, who sees what was and what will be, and stand strong in the face of uncertainty. You can be informed by what came before and plan for a future yet to be, but do not resist Flamingo Spirit's call to be fully present in the now. That's what I just said, where the real magic happens. Yeah. With one foot in the life you are moving away from and one in the future, as you become the one who leads the life of your highest intentions. You must make peace with the fact that you are not fully in either place. Embrace the in-between. The presence of Flamingo Spirit is also a sign that your creativity is arising within you and opportunities are beginning to present themselves. I do feel that, guys. Remain here in a balanced state of mind, for there is much to know and learn before going forward with new plans. You can trust this moment and yourself as you take in what you see and become aware of all that you are experiencing in this in-between time. Protection message. If you're feeling nervous and wobbly, stop worrying about the past and the future. Instead, be present in the moment, balancing. For now is the space in which creativity arises. Creativity is your birthright, but if you're moving too quickly in an attempt to avoid the discomfort of transition, you can blind yourself to the miraculous possibilities that are before you now, and those just coming into being. The past has its lessons and planning has its merits, but right now you may be imbalanced because you're becoming too nostalgic for what once was, or too anxious about what the future might hold. This is exactly what this whole reading has been about. How perfect is this card? There is time to plan carefully. For now, be still and know that Spirit is here, co-creating with you in this moment. The next step will appear when it needs to appear. Relax into a state of equanimity and balance so any anxiety can transmute into trust and faith that all will be as it will for the highest good. That is perfect. So now we're going to do the angel cards. Look at these lovelies. Now they're a little bit feisty, these ones. I actually can't shuffle them in the normal way. I think they've got a different energy to them because it's angel messages. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Okay. I'm feeling this one actually. Oh, have I got them all upside down? Yes, I have. Oh, no, I haven't. Well, you know what? They're not tarot. They don't go upside down. So infinity. Okay, I love that. Again, it's like trusting that, you know, the present moment, you have access to all timelines, actually. You know, I just got goosebumps when I said that. Right, this one, because look, it's got numbers. This one is actually, where's infinity? Is it going to be at the beginning or the end? I don't know where to find it. Where would it be? It must be at the end. It's not at the beginning. Yeah, it's the end. You are holding the key. Limitless doors are about to open. Bask in the infinite potential that is shining down upon you. Balance is restored, consciousness opened, inspiration peaked. Get ready for something truly transcendent. An intense cosmic shift may be upon you. A sense of calm, of everything clicking into place. The continuation of life and energy. A deep connection to the spiritual world. And the affirmation is, I fully trust in my limitless power. How cool is that, guys? What a beautiful message. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I just want to draw your attention to this, though. It says reversed. No reversals, same either way, which is what we were thinking. So we got that one right. So we're okay. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for being here. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please do give me a like and subscribe. And yeah, just like comment down below if you want to, what your sign is and if any of this resonated for you. I'd be so interested to hear from you. That would be really cool. So otherwise, wishing you a very happy new moon. And yeah, thank you for being here, guys. Bye.